What up, my devil? Sensei-tutum here with another video for you. This week, we got the Trade Devils is in another trade competition. And this time, it's with the exchange ByBit, which I don't have an exchange, I don't have a trading account with, so I'm not in this competition. But I'm keeping the guys up to date on the lower degree competition trading time frame that I think is good for these trading competitions. That I just happen to be on right now. It just so happened to coincide that I'm on a trading time frame that's great for these competitions, in my humble opinion. That's just my single opinion, and that's the 2 to 5 minute. I just happen to be living down there right now, loving life. They're just chopping it up on the lower degree because it's working beautifully for me, and has. And like last week's video, you saw, I think 4 to 6 trades that I had shown in a row on Bitcoin, pretty much, that had nailed, and I'm just on it on this chart. So, and it's you know, you go through ebbs and flows. I talk about this all the time, of where you can't fucking miss. You nail every single swing, and then you go to times where you just, you know, striking. You're batting 1,000 one week, the next week you're striking out left and right. That's trading. Right now we're batting 1,000, but really it's not. We'll get into that. And I just want to also put a claim. What we're going to do is we're going to go through all the trades that have shown since the start of this competition for the guys. And by the way, anybody, if you were a free Discord member, could have joined this competition and be getting all of these. And I never typically share my trading with the group, right? Like, I certainly am very thinly veiled, so that let's say the sharper, more experienced, especially in our channel, in our Discord members, they can tell when I make a post and I'm in a trade, because they know the way that I teach the trade, which is usually season 3s, which is not what you're going to see here, all season 3s. It really is. This is all derived from that, but this is just probably more advanced, and I'm not going to get too in the weeds with how I'm doing this, but basically the way that I like to teach is I think I found a beautiful way to teach, to trade our Trade Devils method that anybody can learn easily and quickly and be very profitable with. Now, that means you're focused on the highest of quality entries and highest probability setups, and these setups take the least amount of ability to identify. So that's not what we're doing here. This is more advanced, so this is not exactly what I'm gonna teach you. So please don't necessarily try to do this. But for the vein of the competition, here we go. This is we'll just go through again what we've done since the start of the competition. Monty made this channel. Oh, and by the way, like I say, I usually don't talk about my trading, but in the vein of these competitions, I do. And since I'm not in the competition, you'll see that I share stuff in here sometimes, right? Which I would never normally do. So this talks about the start of the competition. I thought that so again, any free member could join this competition to trade with us and see all of this. I think they can see the whole Discord, or like a lot of the Discord. I'm not sure exactly, but they can at least see this channel, which is getting the majority of my focus this week, right? And yeah, so of course I mean, join the competition, you're going to be trading anyway. You get to see this shit for free. It's pretty cool. Check it out. But I thought we were posting somewhere else. Monty copy pasted and added me because I'm stupid, and he showed me where it was by doing that. So thanks, buddy. What would I do without you? So this shows. So I'll just read this real quick. So in the vein of the ByBit competition, I'm going to focus more on the degen trading here, which I was already trading. I'm just in that mode right now. This method works on every single fucking time frame, right? So on every single asset. But I just happen to be on the 2 to 5 minute right now with Bitcoin. I hear a lot of people say, you can't trade Elliott Wave on the low degree. You can't. You can't. You're too big brain. Big brain, big sad. Anyway, I'm in position I'll update what I'm doing when I have time / feel like you should know. So thus far on this setup shown, I took an average around 48.5 and sold the area with the white arrow. Remember, I said to be willing to cut it. This was to the main group. So of course the competition people hadn't seen that. Now I'm very likely going to long at the resolution of the current impulse in the circled area. So I think I was talking about this long that I had been long here, and I'd said be willing to cut it because there was a higher level entry up here, and I sold around that white arrow. And because these guys hadn't seen that, I said this was the original post showing the entry that I had positioned, the position I had closed, extension 50 DTL from the confluence, blah blah. So again, I don't want to get too into the weeds on what we're doing, but nice confluence area. We'll pop this over. So I was longing for this area, and see, this is a very nice confluence area, so I could play this. I played this. I probably, if I recall, and I told you guys about these trade numbers last week. If I recall, and I'm not doing this in the competition channels, but for the regular members, I'm doing that. If I recall, did I play this? Yeah, I think I played this pretty tight to this guy. Maybe I think I gave myself room. I can't exact. This is too many trades ago. But let's just say this is the confluence area I was playing, and what I was trying to debate with myself to tell you is if I was positioning myself, because I've been doing that here a bit lately, where I'm basically picking the pivot perfectly, which I don't usually do, which is always why you ladder, right? Anyway, so yeah, playing this confluence area. And that was clearly the target. And actually for that trade, this one, yeah, so I think I took it here. And then because I could see the dive coming, I could see that it looked shady as hell, right? I think I took profit here and was gonna get back in, but as focused as I've been, I can't be super focused on these charts. The reason why, basically, yeah, 2 jobs, 2 kids, a wife, long commute, whatever. So you can't get everything. So I think I meant to get long again if it looked good, which honestly it didn't until here probably, but it didn't look great. So I'm not sure that I would have, but I think I cut here, but I positioned very tightly there. So it was a nice win, right? Let's get back. Oh, where's the Discord? There it goes. Okay, so I was pointing out when I said resist here, obviously to making my levels. I'm pointing out that resistance. Maybe I held it because I do remember saying this. Oh, this was after. Okay, this is where I said beware of the red sucker wave. That's right. So this was the way, because well, maybe it's not. I don't remember why I did that. Sorry, boys. But real time, I'm sure. I hope it made sense to everybody. But basically, I was trying to tell the guys, don't get shaken out of your long. But see, here is where I did say I never jumped back in. Anyway, target made. So probably what I originally said, where I got out early. And then it went up and made target. And then reacted here. Didn't short at target. Certainly not. All right, so this is probably next day. Nope, same day. So I said it's probably this, I reckon. The long at the low of the potential 5 wave shown, not bad. Short off of it, also not bad. I.e. this long into this short. Short is a little better. Wait for the short, take both, or ignore the loud guy in this room. That's me, right? I took both, so let's see what happened. And I'm just marking these. So longed here, and then I believe I took the long. Oh, that's right. I remember doing this. I took the long personally, but fat fingered the ladders, and as it was dropping quick, I took a full position at ladder 1. I don't need to clarify that. So my average price was 48.4 basically. 48. Yeah, that was a shitty job. Oh, I suck. Oh, wait, was that a short? Oh, that's right. I was longing into this short. So, I mean, I was way down here. So I longed like here. Right, that's right. Longed like here, sold like here. And then shorted into there. Now that I recall. So 48.4 and then 48.6. Yeah, I've been down on it deep, boys. Yeah, 5 minute is actually kind of wide for what I've been looking at. So I bought in here, but I was trying to buy the low, and I fucking fat fingered. So, you know, average is around here. Sold there. Then shorted this guy. See, short. That's short. And I was saying I wasn't about to just short right here. Based on PA just yet. So now that shows this. Okay. No, I might be getting mixed up here, fellers. Oh no. So I'm sorry. It was this. I was over here. It was this wave 48.4 I sucked on. And then it came down to here. And then I got long out there. And I think I sold here. Yeah. 48.4. And I think I sold there. Then bought here. And then sold probably here if I had to guess. And that would be to follow this guy that I showed. 3 potential C3s coming up. If I'm right, and I've been pretty dialed in, I have been. Not much excuse not to see some good competition P&Ls after this. And I think some guys are showing good P&Ls. Unfortunately, I haven't been helping the last few days too much. But yeah, so I had been long at the 48.4 area. Or maybe that's when I was talking about getting long for this to there. I don't know. Anyway, long to that, and then definitely shorted to that, like I had said. And then it was basically everything was going to plan, and basically said you should know what to do. And that was probably around the time to long for the C, or maybe that was the short. I don't recall. Looks like it was probably after the short. No, this was the part of the long. This was to take the long. And then it got a little deep. So I remember I had sold, you know, before that dilly. I think I did. Like I said, I thought I sold here. Now we're on that next move. I did. So you guys can't see that very well. And, you know, nothing had looked great for the short. But, you know, and it didn't look perfect because, you know, you hate to short that a bottle rocket. But it met some very specific conditions that are required. That, you know, if you know the Trade Devils method and you look at the chart, I show the specific conditions right there. And so I personally just entered, and I told him it was risky, and I played it tight. I've been playing all these real tight. And I basically I said, in my opinion, this is a squeeze. This is a short squeeze. So, i.e., once these shorts cover, there's no follow through, right? It's not real buying. It's forced buying. All right. Then it clearly reacted. It went down, and we're moving well in our direction. And I'm just keeping them up to date on the branches. I always like to talk about branches on the way down to the ground as she falls. And then I said there's a case for an impulse from the high with divergence into it, and I didn't do a chart. And then I let them know for that I closed. And then I told them I did expect follow through, which I don't think we got actually. But I'll keep my eyes on it. Maybe I'll get back in. And there it showed the winner. And then it broke the support area. I think I had basically closed the support area, and then not long after, she ran down to my original target here. And I had made mention, remember the larger degree long is behind this. I just personally didn't want to get caught out. Which that idea turned out to be wrong, right? So this was the roadmap, 1, 2, 3 into 3, right? And this ended up being wrong, but this could have been my biggest winner. But I was working on holding positions. As you see, I cut some of these short. They're paying very well because I'm playing this to pick, you know, tight pivots for larger moves. So even cutting them short, I'm getting, you know, what I consider full profit, and then what I'm leaving on the table is more. If that makes sense, than what I consider full. Where did we go? So Then we got long here. But then I let them know at one point it's looking very zigzag, approaching this as a free trade at this point. So basically picked the pivot, went in my direction, and then my stop loss is above my average entry price. It's a free trade. No matter what happens, I can be wrong. And the reason I say that approaching is a free trade because, I was working on holding it, and that was here, right? That was here. I was working on holding it, but it was looking iffy. And then it did go up after that and make more internal swings. And then, okay, baby, 5 swings. I'm not going to get into the details of what that means right now. If you guys follow these channels, the Trade Devils in this channel, and you don't know what 5 swings imply, then yeah. Anyway, at this point, I do the dancing man because my position is up over 200%. Like I said, I'm playing these tights on these pivots. And then I mentioned that you're making funding on Fimex. And then I let everybody know, boom, hey, so we stayed internal, we went higher. That's great, yeah, but it opens up the possibility to be a corrective wave once again. Actually, this is where I was up over 200%. Retracing this current move externally without more swings could be bad for the long. The long that, the proverbial we are in. And I said not necessarily the primary expectation. Breaking through the resist would feel good. And I wasn't sure that would happen without consolidation. What did we do? We didn't break through the resist. We didn't consolidate, and we dropped off the face of the planet. And I didn't happen to be very aware. So usually, I didn't have eyes on the market. Let's put it that way. And usually when I had made that post is usually where I would have closed this, as you have seen back here, right? And this was by far the biggest winner, well over 200%. But yeah, I ended up taking that free trade. I think I made like 3%, which to me, that's the closest thing to a loss in a while. Anyway, that sucked. So, but that's my fault. And, when I had told these guys to be careful, hopefully some did take full profit. And I think they might have, because we have some guys up there. And then, I had told them to keep their head on a swivel previously. Then I updated when it did die. And I said, oh, well, 2 out of 3, because I had outlined 3 trades in all before they happened, right? It wasn't just, oh, here's the trade. It was, here's this trade, then out of that trade, take this trade, then out of that trade, take this trade. 2 out of the 3 paid out perfect. The other one, I'm going to give myself a 50%, because you at the very least should have been an idiot like me and broke even, but I think probably most people made money. All right. And I didn't end up posting that video because it was taking forever to process. So anyway, it wasn't worth it. So I wanted to let everybody know trend at the degree was down. Oh, maybe I did post that video. I don't recall. Trend at the degree is down. When trading long, consider counter trend. Yellow wave structure shows an unresolved wave structure. Next quality play would be the standard TDU short play. Personally looking for a long potential into it. Would prefer to see another low on divergence, but the current corrective needs to be reversed pretty soon, or the long likely isn't even considerable. However, it should be noted this is a lower quality play if it does happen. So basically, just a regular, this is an unresolved wave. Looking for corrective motive. And usually, again, the way I teach is I would never tell you guys to long corrective waves like that. But I was, because it was to me it was high quality. For me, it's high quality here, right? But I would never teach it this way to somebody new. So I believe I did long and then short. Yeah, so I longed here. I guess I sold there. And then I think I shorted in here somewhere. That's exactly what happened. So we'll get into that. Looked at ETH for James. Posted it. Okay, yeah, I didn't post in the wrong spot. And then let's see. Okay, yeah, so then I basically obviously had to sleep. And I guess I had missed this long. I probably just saw this and was saying, buy the retrace for the 3C, baby, which is what I would teach you to trade, even though it's counter trend there. And then so I was long for the short entry, but that is not an approach in which I'm looking to short yet. need to set up. So basically what happened is the C was straight dilly that we were long for, right? That I just showed I was long for. So that was here. And then this was the C. So I sold here, but I wasn't willing to short that yet. And it proved pretty good because that wouldn't have been, you know, that's not a bad entry for this play, right? It's really not. If most people did that, that'd be great. But I'm trying to pinpoint. And then we did this. So, and then I said as good a spot as any here, and that wasn't a great spot. And I think I did start shorting there. And I think it was right. It was probably here, to be honest, which really isn't that great. It's shittier than this, right? But I hadn't been paying close attention because this was like midday, right? Then a little bit later, 7 waves on triple divergence. And this is when I definitely made the position larger, and this was a big winner. What I meant by that is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on triple divergence. Boom. Fucking simple, right? into this, all kinds of, and this is just what I'm showing here. That's not even necessarily what I had on the chart at the time. It's just, it was easy to see that that was a good play coming up. So yeah, then we took the short. Then I closed it. I closed this early because it was getting lazy, like I said, and it was basically I was gonna have eyes off the chart, and I had a long coming up after it. I didn't say that to the guys yet. Everybody was super bearish. I didn't want to scare anybody out of their shorts, and I didn't know. Yeah, I just didn't want to scare anybody. I didn't want to, and it's hard to tell people when, you know, I don't know what they're all thinking, but I'm pretty fucking sure everybody was like short hungry at this point. It's hard to, and I do this all the time, like piss in their Cheerios. It's like, yeah. Anyway, but I let them know I was closing the short, and I think that was probably around this area. Then went up and then down again. And this is the long I really fucking wanted, right? But I had that nice big win, so I was greedy. Let's look at it. And then I say below here. So one of the primary reasons for closing that short as well is that I've been expecting there to be a decent shot at this algo. That's the 618 golden corner pocket. And really, I didn't know what kind of play would come off of it. Just that there was a high degree of probability that there's so much confluence there, I'm going to get a reaction play. Anyway, then I said this algo won't go down without a fight. And I said, will the 618 offer rejection? Reaction again? Personally been expecting it to. So we didn't even get there, FYI. So I had orders, and then it reversed right above. I saw this. I could have made the play, but I was feeling greedy because I just had that coming off that big winner. I wasn't feeling pressed. And I told the guys, not going to chase it, going to make sure it's a perfect pivot play. Yep. And I said I'm not going to stay up to make sure it's a perfect pivot play. And to be very clear, in times like this, where it's right before bed, yeah, you got to make a decision, right? Do I just go ahead and get in now, get a bite, and then go to sleep and hope for the best, or do I wait and see? I guess I played it safe, but I was laddered. And then I just got busy. So then, like, this was posted yesterday at 2:55. So like, that was, you know, well back in here. Well, after a lot of stuff had happened, there's could have been trades up in there, but I've been occupied for 2 days straight until pretty much right before this video. Let's just say till this evening, showing that breaking that would be a big good, and it was and is, and it has a lot to do with the current long at this level, which we're gonna get to. And that I'm busy. And then I had another busy day, and then so let's get into this current long. And I showed another busy day, but there's this. So, and it wasn't the greatest, but basically algo straight through, right? So you would have thought that you would have reaction at the extension. We didn't. Went back to the base. I'm not going to get into teaching algos right now. It was a decent potential, and I did long it. So I'm long right now, but my average is not as good. Although I will say small bite here. So I longed that, and that's why this is left on the chart. Longed here We got what could have been a 5-swing move in our direction, but I'm still busy today, even when I did long this, but I just wanted to miss the damn market. I needed to get back in. I missed that this made a new low. I would have sold up here. If I had saw this made a new low, I would have sold up here and then waited for more. But this made a new low, i.e. that turns from a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swing into a 1, 2, 3 swing. All you need to know are 5s and fucking 3s to make money in this. And be, you know, smart enough to see them. Anyway, so when that didn't play, it was the 50 pull off the whole move, which I thought was a pretty damn confluent area, right? There was a lot of confluence here, so I more than tripled the position from here. So my average is actually, let's look right now. My entry price average is 48786. Not good, but I'm nicely in profit here. Let's see. Let's show you guys what it is. I'm not showing you the money because that's just douchey. ROI. On the current trade. So let's look at it. Let's look at it now and see where we think it's going to go and what the next trade may be. Well, first let's look down at the entry. So I think I tripled the, I tripled the position there. No. Doubled or tripled, I don't know, but I'm 45% with that shitty entry. So whatever it took to do that. Yes, so that's nice that we broke above this level and that we're sort of retesting and consolidating above. That's good. So I could close, you know, and this is why I do kind of sometimes close early when I can pick these pivots, right? I got wrong here, but then I got it right here and did some fancy footwork, which, you know, wouldn't definitely. And the only reason I could do that is because of the way I positioned up here. Very conservatively. Not even close to a normal position size. Now I am in a what I would call normal small, on the low side of a normal range, right? The lowest of the normal range of my normal position size. So that's the way the fancy footwork. Anyway, this is how I trade, and this so yeah. Anyhow, it's working out, and I don't buy the, like, I'm very, if you can't tell, but from this, I'm very very conservative. I'm very conscious. I capital preservation is my number one goal, and I don't like lose, like, I'm stammering. I don't lose money very much, right? So I'll take a bunch of small winners and close to break evens, and not lose anything, right? And then when you get the big boys, you get the big boys, right? That's just the way I like to play it. Some people can stomach big drawdowns, and the guys that can stomach those are some of the guys that I see with the biggest P&Ls. But it's not for me. You got to figure out your own tolerance for that shit, whether, you know, and that has nothing to do with your technical analysis. That's all about risk management. Anyway, so the only reason I could play it this way, because usually this is a bad move, is because, of course, when that broke, I knew that this was behind it, right? I knew this was here. So this is why, again, I don't want you do not do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing. Like, because I don't necessarily, you might think that you can trust yourself, but maybe you can, but I think you got to be pretty good there's a lot of nuance to this. Whereas the way I typically teach, I try to remove nuance. I make it high probability, you know, very likely to play out, and you don't take a lot of skill to identify these things the way I typically teach, right? I think that anybody that really wants to, like, learn how to trade profitably from me can do that easily, right? But those setups don't occur as often necessarily. So you have to be disciplined in that way. There's always discipline. So then the question here becomes, is this a motive wave? It's a corrective wave? Well, I would say that thus far, this could be a 1-2-1-2 playing out. This seems certainly motive off the low thus far. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm working on a fifth of some sort here. I might close. I'm up over 60%. Well, just right about 60% now. I gotta think about that. I gotta finish this video and then think about that. But my instinct right now is saying close. Again, why am I thinking close? I just showed you. I'm up 60%. Right? Like, and if I'm wrong, right? Or if I'm wrong, and this, well, I say if I'm wrong, I'm sitting here considering if this is motive or corrective, and if it's corrective, then this is 1, 2, 1, 2. 3 to the downside to come. If this is motive, so it's like it's not a highly probable play of any sort, right? This is not a high quality, right? Because I don't know what this is. This could easily be a corrective, but we don't know. And the strength of Elliott Wave, I always like to say that it is a strength when you can't identify. You don't know what you don't know. For this reason, I will close this at, now I'm only at 55%. You might have heard that. I just closed position because practice what I preach. I don't know what I don't know here. I feel like this is definitely gonna, this to me feels very much as a motive wave. So even if I, no matter what this is, I still expect a 2B into a 3C. But it's 11:30 at night. I'm going to bed as soon as I'm done recording this video. That is why I closed it. If this was the middle of the day, if this was the morning, I'm holding this because this looks very motive. They can always trick you, but this looks very motive to me. So it would be worth risking holding through a 2/B and the 3C. Maybe I wake up and we're at the low of the 2C and I can long again. That'd be great. But I'll take the 60% for now. 55 is what it closed at, I think. I don't know. Maybe it closed at 60. I don't. You see, the PL moves a lot without a lot of price move. Because I picked the pivot down here, right? And then I had the shitty up here. So, but again, it wasn't a big position. Anyhow, yeah, so unclear here. I think no matter what, not no matter what, obviously you never know anything through a crystal ball, but no matter what, something like this is in the very probable realm, right? If it does stop here, we should still get another action area to the upside. And then if this is corrective, we will get this. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We'll get that. And if it's in this, if this is motive, we'll follow through and put a 3C to that side. What is it? And which one of those is the leader in the clubhouse? I really can't say because even based on the structure of this move, I can't. It's just not highly probable. But I don't need to know that information to keep trading right now, right? If I wake up and I see 3 waves into here, I don't need to know this. I can still take this trade. So we'll just have to and at that point we'll zoom out, let it unfold some, get our bearings about us, and we'll keep trying to trade it. So yeah, hopefully I'll have eyes on the market tomorrow. It's basically a holiday tomorrow. It's gonna be thin. It might not even be good for trading for the rest of the weekend through Monday, right? Because in America it's Labor Day weekend. So I don't know, a lot of people aren't paying attention, aren't at the market. So that's when more fuckery can happen. But yeah, yellow, I'd say probable. If it does retrace here, it might just keep on going. This, I don't know. All right, boys, that was a very long video. Not sure if it was interesting or helpful, but I imagine maybe it was. But this is the way I've been trading it. Again, this is not the way I would teach somebody without. I wouldn't recommend this for this. This is what works for me right now, right? I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to others, because been doing it long enough that you can make minor changes to things but this is all predicated based on what the basic method I teach, which is basically 3 C's. It's all formulated around that. And Elliott Wave, and just trading the probable events and getting lucky picking pivots, I guess. All right, boys, that's it for this one. Toot out.